Alright guys, today we're gonna focus on Jovoy and Jeroboam fragrances. I got so many bottles from the team, and not gonna lie, I was actually called on the last day to pick up the testers because they didn't want to carry them. So I came to the rescue along with other content creators. So we kind of like, split the tester bottles between each other, just to put the weight off the shoulders of the brand. But this way I don't have to wait for the package because I would have wanted them anyway, and I can talk to you about them straight away after I came back. So you guys know that one of the best vanillas on the market is Jeroboam Insulo, right? It's a gorgeous sugary vanilla. I think there's a little bit of jasmine here, but in general it's a gorgeous vanilla that everybody loves. And equally so from the sister brand Jovoy, they have Fire at Will, which is even more sugary, even more like gloopy sweet. Love them both, have been using them for so long. I've had Insulo for way shorter period of time than Fire at Will, but I love them equally. They're quite similar to each other. It's just that Fire at Will feels more sugary sweet, even sweeter than Insulo. But this is the one I've had, the one that I've loved, the one that I've raved about, along with Fire at Will. And now I have a lot more from the collection. And before I get into these big bottles, I want to quickly tell you and very much breeze through these fragrances, because I got a bunch of 15 ml fragrances from Jovoy, which they now offer on their website and in their shop, which is really good for traveling. Beautiful packaging. The whole collection of Jovoy is available in such small format now, and this is how the bottles look. Super cute. I love the engraving. Everything is so Jovoy. So let me go through these small bottles that I have. And to be very honest with you, they're not really for me. They are actually for my boyfriend. The woman that I work with from Jovoy, Martina, such a lovely person. She knows that my boyfriend loves perfumes as well, so she packed up a whole stash of these for him specifically. So none of these are for me, actually. So we have Aqua Memorabilis. I already have a full bottle of. I already told you about this. This is a very beautiful citrusy clementine fragrance. It's mainly a clementine woody scent that is just to die for. So I'm absolutely sure that he's gonna take this small version of it for vacation, because we already have a big one, but this is perfect for traveling. So Aqua Memorabilis is actually the newest release they have for Jovoy, and this clementine just kills me each time I smell it. It's beautiful. So yeah, citrusy sweet clementine fragrance. Then we have 21 Conduit St. Street. Okay, let me I would call myself a very, linguistic person. I love languages. I speak several very well. Unfortunately, when it comes to French, sometimes I'm all right, as you guys know. You sometimes even praise me for it, but sometimes I'm absolutely crap. So this is the name of the fragrance, 21 Conduit St. All right. All right. This is another citrus aromatic, but this one is not as sweet as Aqua Memorabilis. This one goes more into... It's actually very interesting scent, because here you have grapefruit rhubarb, you have some lavender and bergamot, and then you have fir balsam and amaretto. So it's like combining aromatic fir, not fir, fir, I mean fir balsam from the tree, right? With gourmand touches, with grapefruit. So, you know, it's like a little mishmash, but it totally works. And it actually has woody notes and tonka in the dry down. So this one is actually really, really pretty. I personally love it. It's definitely way more aromatic than Aqua Memorabilis. You do get rhubarb quite a bit, and you do get a little bit of that lavender and fir balsam on top of that. But then as it's drying down, it gets sweeter and sweeter because you start smelling the amaretto and the tonka. But it's very, very nice. Maybe more masculine leaning than feminine, I would say. But for my guy, he's gonna use it up very quickly. Okay, the next one I have for you is Gardez-Moi. And this one has been actually created by Bertrand de Chevaux, the same person I worked with on my fragrances. And this one is very, very complex. It's tomato leaves, cyclamen, aldehydes, coriander, gardenia, white lily, ylang, mimosa, raspberry, vanilla, and some resinous notes like styrax. And then it also has cedar and oak moss. So it's a lot. It's a very, very complex one as well. And look at the juice. It's like really in your face. I love that. And I do really like it. For me, mainly, I don't get anything too aldehydic here. There's nothing soapy sharp here. Really nothing. For me, it's mainly a tropical floral dense gardenia fragrance. So it's like a gardenia, mimosa, ylang. That's what you mainly get. And a little bit of raspberry vanilla with some resinous touches in the dry down. So I really, really like it. Actually, let me put it aside for me. This one is definitely for me. It's not gonna work. All right. Another very hard name. L'arbre de la connaissance. Or l'arbre. I'm not sure. Not easy, not easy. This one is mainly a fig fragrance. And it is quite unique. I actually have it unpacked somewhere. Yeah, there you go. This one is very, very green. And it has green notes, citruses, black fig, fig tree, sandalwood, and patchouli. And it's, yeah, it's like fig, sweet fig, the fruit, but also the fig tree, which is very green, very harsh, and quite earthy leaning. But it's very interesting and very nice for summer, I must say. So that is the one that I don't want to pronounce again. Just let me move on. The next one is actually a very funny one because it's not wearable. Like, for me, this is purely the artistry of perfumery. This is not something you would wear. If it's a different case with you and you love this fragrance on you, please drop me a comment. But no. This is La Liturgie de... Like, I know what the particular words mean, but it's very hard to pronounce. So let's call it the Liturgie, okay? The Liturgie. And this, as the name suggests, smells exactly like church. Like church, completely. A monastery. It's actually been inspired by trips to a monastery when the owner of the brand was a young kid. He would go there very often with his father. So that's the inspiration. And as you might suspect, you have incense, olibanum, and mirror here. So honestly, this for me is not wearable. It's more maybe like a room spray appropriate. Like, I cannot. I can't. And my boyfriend would not either. The next one that is definitely for me, I wanted this for a long time, and it's actually, the full bottle is coming my way. It is Remember Me. I think this is one of the most popular fragrances within Jovoy range, apart from Fire and Will. And this is a beautiful tea, cardamom, milky vanilla scent. It's really, really gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Even though it's milky, it's definitely appropriate for all year round wear because it has some ginger, it has some lemon, it has some frangipani. So you have that beautiful, fresher aspect as well. It doesn't want to come out of its box. God damn it, there we go. So Remember Me is super, super hyped up. So I know you might know about this fragrance. I don't want to bore you, but it is a beautiful lemon tea with a little bit like chai facet of cardamom and milk with beautiful vanilla. So this one I really, really love. And last one that I have here from the small ones is Touche Finale. And this is pretty much a floral fragrance. It has mimosa, it has some pink pepper, violet, rose, it has jasmine and heliotrope, and it ends up with musk and sandalwood. This also, I would say, it's more feminine because of a very, very heavy dose of florals, and this one doesn't want to get out of its bed either. You know, it doesn't matter how much you put them in and out, they don't want to get out. Okay, there you go. So let me just remind myself. Touche Finale I really did like, I remember, in Cannes. Yeah, for me it's mainly a mimosa violet leaf heliotrope scent. It's very pretty, but again, it's definitely more on the feminine side, if I'm being honest. So I would say Remember Me, Touche Finale, and Gardez-Moi, I think, will be for me. So the rest is for the boy. Alright. Alright guys, that is it when it comes to those small ones. They're very inexpensive, so if you want to try the brand in general, I would totally suggest getting them. Because, you know, it's a nice size to really get the feeling, the gist of the essence of Jovoy, but you're not paying much, and if you don't love it, you will use it up very quickly anyway. And now we can move on to the big bottles. So as I said before, you all know Insulo, the very famous vanilla. However, when I was in Cannes, I got those testers, right? And you know what? I have 4 more, and there are 3 that I cannot. Like, where have they been all my life? I have no idea. Let's start with the epiphany of mine, which is Floro. And Martina, the manager of the brand, she was like, yeah, I always wondered why you never said a thing about Floro, like, why? And honestly, like, I completely missed out on it. I don't know why. I don't know why. This is the best fruity floral ever. This is so good. This is apple and pineapple, floral notes, jasmine, and I was checking if it's empty, scent-wise. Jasmine and sandalwood, and then it has cedar, musk, and some other woody notes. But this is such a beautiful apple, pineapple, floral scent. It's gorgeous. It's sweet, sweet pink florals. Think of pink florals. Loads of pink, pink, pink florals. Pink bouquet, pink roses, pink peonies. Just delicious, delicious and juicy pink florals. And pineapple and apple. Green apple. Amazeballs. Floro is my, I don't want to say number 1, but it is definitely one of the winners when it comes to Jeroboam. So Insulo, of course, 10 out of 10, but Floro, also 10 out of 10. Then we have Origino, which actually is my partner's favorite. For me, I would rate it maybe 7.5. Origino is basically the combination of all the main notes that Jeroboam uses in their fragrances. So that's why it's called Origino. And it is really, really beautiful, but For me, it's definitely leaning more masculine. It is bergamot, pink pepper, juniper, nutmeg, sandalwood, and white musk. I'm not saying a woman cannot wear it. Of course you can. And it's definitely not too harsh to not be worn by a woman. I think it's just a little bit more cologne-y, all right? Because of the juniper and the top, it's a little bit more cologne-y, but it's really, really beautiful. Like a nice classic men's musky fragrance. It's very, very nice. Of course, it's mainly based on Jeroboam musks. So it's mainly a musky scent, but again, more cologne-y, more masculine leaning. And then we have a gorgeous, gorgeous scent that is, okay, so it was released a long time ago in 2020, but now it's getting its traction because it was pandemic. It was just, you know, quite difficult for it. So here it is, the only one in white bottle from the collection. This is Unue. And this is actually in Esperanto language. So this I actually love. This one I give a solid 9. This is pineapple bergamot, again pink pepper and some anise. Then you have jasmine, ylang, and plum, and then you have musk, sandalwood, and patchouli. And for me, it's a woody, sweet, musky fragrance with yellow floral, so think of tropical floral touches. It also feels very clean. It's gorgeous. If you are into the clean girl aesthetic and you like something sweet, then I would try Unue, especially if you are a fan of some tropical florals as well. So this is great. Very, very happy to have it. Beautiful bottle. And now another discovery of my life. This is another epiphany, just like Floro, literally where have you been of my life kind of thing. And again, I don't know how I missed it in the collection because it's not a new fragrance. I'm just very sorry I haven't shown it to you before. I didn't know. But guys, if you love rose oud combination, like a very, very classic yet contemporary, this Oriento. Oriento is my new favorite rose ambery oud scent. This is such a beautiful rose. I'm dead. It's gorgeous. And to be honest, the notes don't give it justice. Because, you know, this by the brand is actually considered a rose and oud, even though actual oud is not listed. It's heavily compared to Velvet Rose and Oud from Jo Malone, as well as one of my favorite ouds, which is Armani Privé Rose d'Arabie. And I do agree they're very, very, very similar, even though the notes are different. So in here we have some saffron and styrax and lemon, rose, apple, ylang ylang, patchouli, sandalwood, and white musk. Even though what I smell in the combination as well is definitely amber, definitely vanilla, and definitely very, very smooth oud. So this for me, I don't really want to spray it, even though I love it. It is such a beast mode that I don't want to like suffocate myself because I still have quite a lot to work through in this room. But guys, Oriento, if you like Jo Malone Red, like, you know, Velvet Rose Oud, if you like my personal favorite, which is the Ambery Rose, if you like Rose d'Arabie, you have to have it. Like, you have to have it. It is incredible. It smells divine. It smells so expensive. It smells like an Arabian princess. Is just to die for. So yeah, and it is definitely a sweet rose oud fragrance because of the apple, because the rose itself is sweet, and I'm sure there is vanilla here as well. So Oriento, grab it, grab and run like I did at the apartment they were at. I was like, my precious, it's mine, thank you very much. No, Oriento, it's so good, So good. Alright guys, so this is it from Jeroboam and Jovoy. I had to give it a separate video because there is just so many I had to go through. But if you are to choose your perfect scents, like for me, Insulo 10 out of 10, Floro 10 out of 10, and Oriento absolute 10 out of 10. And if you want to explore the Jovoy range, then I would totally start with those small, beautiful bottles that I actually am gonna take from my man because they match me better. Not all of them, but some match me better. So yeah. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.